And from what I understand, you have a four-step method that you use for the structured adoption of AI. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, actually, five. So, well, we have like a general process that we go through, but we actually are going to be coming out with a process that we're using called the ADAPT framework, which is actually going to be a five stage program. And why we have that is because what's happening is we're trying to build products, or we're building these workflows in the companies. But one of the things that we kind of run into is, a lot of these companies and enterprises realize that AI is here. They need to deploy AI. We have a lot of the tools and capability to deploy these tools to create these agentic workflows, but somewhere in there, there's this gap for adoption, and we struggle. So even though we have to kind of go into these organizations as almost a consultant, even though we're an actual developer, we're not trying to just give high level strategy. We're trying to deploy. We have to kind of come in as a consultant,
Mm.
which it's easy for me because I've done fractional work, so I know exactly how to go through that process. So the adapt framework, I mean, it makes sense because that's a big part of AI right now. It's just learning how to adapt as things change. And that program it's pretty simple. It's just A is for like assess. So that's part of that workflow discovery, discovering the organization, information flows, things like that. Then we go into differentiate, which is how we start combining human and AI together to help your company start growing. Then we go to acquire. That's kind of where we really step in. Acquiring means they need to gain the education gap. They need to know what tools they need, what they need to do in the organization, get the right development team on there, start building out the workflows. Transform, or not transform, I'm sorry. The next part is pivot, which is just now they can shift their business models. And then transform is where they actually go in and transform their talent or their staff, start training their staff to start deploying these systems or hire in strategic positions to be able to deploy these new workflows.